what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5.
I went thrifting. I love thrifting. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I got a whole box. You want to see it? It's heavy. It's really, really heavy. Can you see it? Look at it all. I'm gonna put it down now. We got these. We got this. We got this. Some little candlesticks. And this. Oh. I'm using DIY paint in beadboard, and DIY paint will go on to pretty much anything without having to prime it or sand it. Just give it a good clean and start painting. You can get the paint from my website at iwanttocraft.com. And don't forget to subscribe for more DIYs. The brush I'm using is called the Paint Pixie, and this is a number 12, and I'm really kind of pounding this paint into all the crevices, because after we're going to be putting on some dark and decrepit, and that's going to make it look aged. So here I am doing what I call wet distressing, and it's really easy to do this with DIY paint. So rather than use sandpaper, I'm just taking a damp towel, and I'm actually using baby wipes, and I'm just distressing it back and exposing some of that underneath, and it makes it look old and chippy. Now I'm going to wax it. I'm using clear wax, and DIY's wax and paint is all natural, so there's no odor. And now I'm just sprinkling dark and decrepit dust. And what you do is you sprinkle it in and you get it all in those nooks and crannies. Then you take the paper towel or a lint-free rag and wipe it back. Then it leaves it looking like it's aged, and it's all into the nooks and crannies. Now onto these buckets. These are really cute, but they're probably from the early 90s, and I want to give them a new look. So I'm using a color called Cake Batter, and it's a really pretty light yellow. And once I've got that first coat on, I start mixing in a little bit of that beadboard that I used on the other project and a little bit of the yellow. And I just go back and forth, and just mixing the two. And then I add a little bit of white around the top. And now on to one of my favorite things to do is stamping. This stamp set is from Orchid Design. It is the Rose Toll, and it's such a pretty stamp. I'm using IOD ink and the ink pads. And again, all of this stuff you can find on my website at iwanttocraft.com. Now I'm just going to go ahead and just move these stamps around, and as you can see, it just makes this project perfect. And last but not least, we are going to paint this decorative cutting board and these two candlesticks. And I'm using the really rich color called Aviary. And I'm just going to give it 2 coats on all 3 of those items. And then we're going to do something special, and I'm going to show you in just a minute. That's right, I am going to put transfers on. These transfers are also from Orchid Design, and basically all this are remnants from other projects I have done. But before you put on a transfer, you need to seal it first. And I would suggest using a liquid sealer, which I used a product called Big Top. And once you've done that, let it sit probably for an hour, I would suggest, and then go ahead and add your transfers. And then you're just going to put one more coat of Big Top all over the piece, and it's done. And now all I'm going to do is add some more small transfers to these candlesticks, and it's going to make a very unique candlestick. So if you love thrifting as much as I do, I encourage you to go to the thrift store, find some really unique things, get some paint, and just make them beautiful. Make them your own. And stay tuned to the end, because I'm going to give you glamour shots of all the products that we did here today. And don't forget, subscribe for more DIYs and all the products you can get at iwanttocraft.com.